Anytime we get a chance to talk to Steve LaMothe about the real estate market locally and how things are going, we take it. So where are things right now with the interest rates and the economy? Are houses selling or what?
I would say that houses are selling for sure. There's been some concern, let's say, over the stock market. And anytime there's gyrations or corrections, it sends jitters through the market for sure. Buyers and sellers will bring it up and ask about it. But if you look at overall, the health of the Sacramento region is pretty spectacular. There's more homes for sale this year versus last year. So we see about 20% more homes available, which is great news because after COVID, we didn't see very many houses coming up for sale. There's been more sales this year than last year. So even amid all the turmoil of tariffs and, stock market gyrations, there's still more homes selling this year overall in the Sacramento market. But the big story still is affordability, right? With high rates and high prices, average mortgage payments are still quite expensive. The good news is that interest rates today are in the 6s. People are even locking 5% interest rates. So, that's good news. It's all headed the right direction, hopefully.
In the time we've worked with you, we've seen buyers markets where the buyer has all the power. We've seen sellers markets. Where are we and how does that affect you doing what you do?
Yeah. I would say we're still in a pretty strong seller's market. Even though there's more homes this year than last year, it's still not what it was pre-pandemic, right? So as a buyer, you still have very few options when you are starting to look for homes, right? There might be like 1 or 2 homes in the zip code you want to buy in. So sellers have a lot of power still. But the buyers are very price sensitive, right? So they are exploring, what did this floor plan sell for 2 months ago? They're not going to pay you more than what that home has sold for before. So we are seeing some buyer apprehension to making offers if homes are priced too high. And I think that's why it's really important for us with our concierge program and whatnot. Getting homes in the best condition possible is extremely important because buyers don't have any cash, right? They're putting all their money down to get a payment that's affordable. So they don't really have any leftover money to spend 20 grand on flooring and paint and things like that. I've never, in 15 years of doing this, I have not seen buyers so sensitive to doing repairs because they're literally having to put not only their own money, but family's money. They're borrowing money in all places to put a big enough down payment to be able to buy. That's
really interesting. So if I'm watching this and I'm thinking about selling my house, ought to have it on the market by this date? What's the date?
Yeah. That's a great question. I'm not a pressure kind of guy. So I usually recommend